Hey pals, before I start the interview, I want to let you all know about the Magic Art Show that will be held at Grand Prix Las Vegas from June 14th through 18th. The Magic Art Show is an exhibition of original pieces of magic art that showcases the planes of Mirrodin, Ravnica, Innistrad, and the new upcoming set Amonkhet. For more details, please check out the Kickstarter link down below and share it with everyone. Now I hope you enjoyed the interview and have a great day. Hello pals, I want to welcome you to this special episode for my channel. I've never done an interview before like this. I'm interviewing right now. With me is Jason Engle. To me, famous magic artist. All artists are pretty much famous to me that do anything with magic. Thank you for taking the time. We're at GP Orlando right now. Magic players as far as the eye can see.
They're everywhere.
Everywhere. Thank you for taking the time to do this interview.
It's my pleasure.
So tell me a little bit about yourself for the people out there that don't really, because a lot of times we don't really know much about the people that draw the cards aside from little tidbits that Wizards give us every once in a while.
I started doing art professionally about 18 years ago. And actually Wizards of the Coast was one of my early clients. I was fairly fortunate to work on Dungeons & Dragons magazine after only working for a couple of years. Magic I only started working on in about 2008, 2009. It's hard for me to remember exactly when because it's been a while.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
Because you draw the cards way before the set even comes out.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, usually it's about anywhere from 8 to 12 months before it actually goes out on shelves. It's a while.
So, first set was a core set. What was the most recent artwork that you've done so far in the Magic?
Oh, the most recent artwork I've done for Magic I can't really talk about, but I did just turn in a new set of sketches before heading out to come here. Okay. And they got approved already, which is always nice.
Sweet. So, I've always been curious on how the thought process is as an artist. Like, what got you into, I guess, fantasy art? And what made you, did you say, you know what, I want to draw magic art for Wizards of the Coast or this game, or did it just
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, I grew up playing Magic and Dungeons & Dragons, and video games and movies and all that stuff was a huge part of my childhood, so working on the games that I loved so much was always a professional goal for me. I mean, this is the job that I wanted to do when I was a kid, and I get to do it. So
now you get to travel, get to visit exotic Orlando.
Well, I mean, yes. I get to travel all over the world, actually. I mean, last year I did quite a few shows. I went to Lucca, Italy, which is a comic convention. I'm going to be going back there again this year. There's a Grand Prix for Magic in Liverpool, and Lucca is the week after that, so I'm going to be going to Scotland and then England and then Italy. And I've got to go to a lot of countries actually as a result of the job. So it's a fun gig to do, and it's even more fun to travel around and tell people about it.
Awesome. Yeah. If you're going to give any advice, any tips to someone that's is an artist up and coming, they just do this sketch at home, what can they do to try to hone their craft to get to this level of just even getting noticed by Wizards of the Coast or something?
Well, it's really hard to get noticed by Wizards of the Coast these days because there are so many talented artists that they already work with, but I will say that every time I talk to the art directors there, they always complain that they need more artists. I mean, it's a problem that you wouldn't imagine they would have at this point. But they're constantly looking for new people and new talent. And there's nothing more exciting in the field of art, and fantasy art especially, than someone who's coming right out of school and nobody's ever heard of before, and they've got a fresh new take on things. But they also have a lot of polish and a lot of skill that sort of is new and interesting for the business. But these days, really the best advice is just practice as much as you can, as often as you can. There really is no substitute for time that you put into art. I mean, it's a skill that only gets better with effort and polish, and that's how you improve. There's no shortcuts around it. You just put in the time.
I'm wondering if they're picking that up. Probably are. That's actually loud.
It's pretty loud.
So, I've done a lot of art for Magic. If you had to pick out your favorite piece, what would it be?
Well, I've got a number of favorites now, but the Avatar of Slaughter was the first big card that I produced for the game. It was for the original Commander set, actually, and it was in 2010, I think. And that was a card where they sent me the description for it, and it had a very impressive title. And I got really excited when I read the original name for the card, which is the War God of the Chaos Realm, which no card is going to be bad if it's named the War God of the Chaos Realm. And I read the description, and it's this weird alien-looking three-eyed guy with no mouth, and he needs to have like weapons instead of hands, and lots of spiky armor. And at first glance, I had no idea how to make that look anything but absolutely stupid. But I spent about 2 weeks designing the character and really just going through drawing after drawing, trying to figure out how to make it look good. And I sort of chipped away at it, and eventually it got to a place where I was really happy with the design. And then I spent a lot of time painting it and designing all the little soldiers that are fighting in the armies that are in front of it. And it was a lot of fun, and in the end it took way longer than I usually spend on a piece of art, but the final piece was something I was very, very happy with and very satisfied with. And the art directors loved it, and they used it on some of their marketing material and packaging. So it was a big successful piece for me early on in my work on Magic. And it was the first piece where they really sort of trusted me with something that was a little more challenging.
So I feel this might be like a little tough question, because I don't think you artists really enjoy what I consider bashing their work. But if there was any art piece that you've done for Magic that you'd be like, you know what, if I could go back and change it a little bit.
Yeah, Marrowbats. In the old Innistrad set, it's a card where it's a bunch of skeletal, bat creatures that are flying through the sky, and it's kind of a swarm of them. And the Innistrad moon is in the background, and it's an okay scene. I wasn't really that happy with the composition when I turned in the sketch, and when I did the final render of the image, it came out okay. But again, it was something I just didn't have time to take to that next level and make it into something I was really, really excited about. Yeah. And then after I turned it in, about a week later, I saw a card that Wayne Reynolds had done in the same set, which was some sort of vampire skeletal bat creature. And I said, God damn it, Wayne. Because it was just so well designed and so exciting to look at it. And I was if I had seen that before I had done mine, I would have done mine 100% different. So yeah, I mean, occasionally you do an image where you don't have the time to polish it as much as you want.
All right. Favorite art on a card that you didn't do?
That I didn't do? Man, that's a tough one, because most of the other artists I ignore completely. No, that's probably Victor Adame. That piece right there is one of my favorite pieces that I've seen in the game.
You're pointing out, it's off camera right now, but he's pointing out Atraxa, the new Commander 2016. I'll put a little picture of all the art pieces that we talked about.
It's pretty great.
There, so.
He's a terrible person, but that dude can draw.
Yeah, we'll be doing an interview with him later today, so that'll be going up on the channel. All right. Format of choice since you play Magic.
Just depends on how much time I have to play and who I'm playing with. I like Standard. I like Commander a lot, honestly. If I had to pick one.
Who's your Commander?
Anyone.
Well, I want to thank you for taking the time. There's been people coming up to your booth as we've been doing this and wanting to buy stuff, so I don't want to keep it too long. Is there any way for them to want to follow you on social networks? Anything you want to plug in right now?
Well, yeah. Most of the social network stuff you can find off my website, which is jaestudio.com. way back when I registered it, JasonEngle.com was taken, and it still is, weirdly. But that's why I've just stuck with J Studio ever since. That's how I signed my name, is JAE, so it kind of made sense.
Well, thank you. If you guys want to see more of this, stay tuned to my channel, and have a great day, guys.